Hello and welcome. My name is Angie Holden and I'm the blogger behind The Country Chic Cottage. So today I have a complete guide for making stickers with your Cricut machine from start to finish, including some troubleshooting tips. This video is sponsored by Cricut. However, all projects and opinions are my own. So we're going to make stickers a few different ways with a kiss cut, which means that you peel them away from the backing paper, and then also with a cut where the backing paper is cut as well. This one is generally better for people that sell stickers. I personally like this one for my own personal use. Whichever one works for you is definitely the way you can go. They're both super simple to do on your Cricut machine. So first what I want to do is take a look at the supplies we're going to use. I'm going to show you all about the stickers in Design Space. And then at the end, I'm going to go through some troubleshooting tips if you're having trouble making your stickers or with print and cut in Design Space. So let's take a look at the supplies we're going to use. The supplies we're going to use are as follows. Printable vinyl from Cricut. Now I have a full comparison of the best sticker papers and I will link to that below. You also need your light grip mat, so the blue mat, your fine point blade. We are going to do print and cut stickers, so only Explore and Maker series will work with this. Cricut Joy does not do print and cut. Now let's head to Design Space and learn how to design stickers. So to begin with, we are going to do print and cut stickers. So we want to make sure that our machine is either on a Maker series or an Explore series. If it's on Cricut Joy, you'll want to change it. Cricut Joy does not do print and cut. So I'm just going to pick one of these for now, and you can use any of the Explore machines or the Maker machines to do print and cut stickers. So I am going to upload my stickers. So I have a few different options for stickers. These first ones are made to be stickers, so they're already cut out and outlined. So all we have to do for these is pick complex. The background is already removed because it's checked. We'll apply and continue, then do print and cut image and click upload. Then we will pick that and add to canvas. So this is literally a sticker, it's ready to go. You just use the arrows to resize it to however you want. You can do duplicate and make as many copies as you would like. So I think I'll upload a few more versions of this for one version of the sticker sheet. In this case, I've uploaded 4 different versions using that same method of these stickers. So I don't have to do anything else to these, like they are ready to go. You need to make sure they all say print and cut over here on the side. You resize them to whatever size you would like. And I just have 1 copy of each because I'm going to show you a trick. Now we're going to click Make It. So now up here, I can actually do more than 1 project copy and click Apply, and it will duplicate my stickers for me. So now I filled up a page of stickers and a few more will be on this next page. However, I'm ready to print, then cut these stickers right on my Explore or Maker machine. Now you will notice this box around the outside. Those are your registration marks. That is what your Cricut is going to use to read where your cut should be. Now, the maximum size for print and cut is 6.75 inches by 9.25 inches. So if we think we can do better than this for material utilization, we can click Cancel, add a shape, add a square, unlock, do 6.75 by 9.25. Let's change that to a light gray so we can see it better. Arrange, send to back. Now I can add these stickers to this square and adjust them however I would like. So I can make several copies, add them how I think they will fit best. All right, so I decided it really didn't matter how big these no peeking until Christmas stickers were. So I made my gift tags all the same size, arranged them where 4 each would fit on this paper. And then I'm going to fill in the extra area with no peeking until Christmas stickers because I think even small ones of these would look super cute on the packaging. So I can just add those in various areas throughout the sheet. So this is the way that you would get the most material utilization per sheet, is doing something like this with your stickers. It does take longer than the alternate method that I showed you before. However, you would get more stickers per sheet. So now that I have 4 of each of these on my sheet, what I'm going to do is take the gray rectangle, delete it off, then pick all of my print and cuts and click Attach. Now, when I click Make It, They'll all be on one sheet and print then cut this way. So this is the way to make stickers with a file that's already set up to make stickers. So let's look at some options for files that aren't like this. So I'm uploading an elf shape in the same manner as I did my other shapes. So this is made for print then cut, so the background's already removed. So I just go ahead and upload as a print then cut image. I'll just go ahead and add this to my canvas. Let's look at this one two different ways. So the first way is if I just wanted to cut this elf as a sticker. So you could cut it just like this. It would cut around the printed portion, but an offset is nice when you're using stickers. I will say here that offset is only available for computer. You won't be able to use it on mobile devices, but I like to put an offset, just a small one, around my stickers. Click apply, change that to white. Pick both my offset as well as my image and click flatten. Now this is a print then cut image and it will cut around that white portion that I just added instead of cutting around the print itself. Now let's say I wanted to make gift tags. Let's look at how to do that. So I've added a circle to Design Space. Now this could definitely be a square, could be whatever you wanted it to be, and it can be whatever color you would like. So we can go here. We can go to advanced and we can pick an alternate color for our circle. So now that my little elf is on there, I could pick a color that I think goes with him pretty well. Then let's add some text to our tag. So we are going to do text to from. Again, you could change this to whatever font you would like. You could pick any font that works for your gift tags. I'm just going to leave it at this one for now. Resize that text to fit your tag. And then we could even change the color of the text itself. So I could make it a red. And then once we're happy with the look, we want to pick everything. The circle, the print then cut elf, the text, pick it all and click flatten. So now it will print then cut and it will cut just around this circle. So that's a way to make your own tags as well. So I am going to play around and make some additional stickers and tags that we can make as examples. I did want to point out, if you are uploading an image, if this did not have the background removed, so you can see it's checked and it is removed in this case, it came in that way. If it did not, I have another video on background removal and I will link to that in the description below, so you can head there to see how to remove those backgrounds. Now that I have everything designed and everything says print then cut, I can click make it. Again, I can do this a couple different ways. I could arrange them manually, I could just do it automatically, however I wanted to do it. I kind of like to hit make it and see how Design Space is going to arrange them and then decide if it would be better for me to arrange them manually or not. So this arrangement is not horrible, but there is quite a bit of white space. So I could go in and change things or make extra copies of just one or two things. So let's see if I made an extra copy of just this one, if Design Space would put that all on one sheet. And it does drop it to another sheet. So if I wanted to add additional stickers, I would need to manually arrange them. For this one, I think I'm just going to take this off and I'm just going to cut it with just the arrangement that I have. But I did show you how to make a manual arrangement if you want to do that for your stickers. So now I'm going to print both of these and then we'll talk about the cutting portion. To print each of these, you'll just click continue. Then you'll click send to printer. When you click this, you'll pick your printer in this top box. So whatever printer you're going to use to print. I do not add bleed generally, especially since our outlines are white on most of these. You could add bleed in this case to add extra green. So what it's going to do is add extra green all the way around your gift tag, and that way if the cut is slightly off, it will still be green. So we could go ahead and leave the bleed on. These are white, so the bleed would be white, so it really is not going to matter. I also like to click Use System Dialog Box and then click Print. I always choose the Use System Dialog Box so I can do a few different manual settings. So I click Preferences, and what I like to do on my printer is do a matte paper setting. So you can do other matte inkjet papers or matte presentation paper. I'll just do this one. And then what I also like to do is do best quality. My printer doesn't have a fast mode, but if it does, you would want to turn that off. But definitely the matte paper setting and best paper quality will get you the look that you want with your stickers. Then we're going to click OK. And then I'm going to go ahead and print my stickers. Then we'll take a look at the sticker sheets themselves, as well as cutting them on our Cricut machine. Here's this first sheet of stickers printed, and as you can see, it looks really great. And you can tell that it does not print those outlines. So it will cut around those outlines, as we talked about in Design Space, but it doesn't actually print them. The only thing I'm going to caution you about with this printable vinyl is that it has a side that you print on and then a side you don't print on. So this is the grid side, and don't accidentally print on that. I may or may not have done that during the filming of this video. Then we're just going to add this sheet to our blue mat by lining it up with the grid lines and pressing it down well. You might give the ink just a few minutes to dry once it comes out of the printer, but it should dry almost immediately. Now this is a matte sticker paper, so it should cut fine. If you have a glossy sticker paper and it's not cutting fine, it's because your Cricut machine can't read these lines. What I do in that case is I take just some matte finish tape, just standard, regular, everyday Scotch tape that's a matte finish, and I just apply long strips over those lines all the way around. That way the machine will cut your paper because it won't have the glare from the glossiness. I don't need this because I'm using matte sticker paper. The other thing I want to point out is that I'm using my Explore Air 2. The Explore Air 2 can only do print and cut on white. If you're using a colored sticker paper, you'll want the Explore 3, the Original Maker, or the Maker 3. Those three machines can do print and cut on colored paper. Now I have my fine point blade loaded into my machine, and I have my dial set to custom. I've picked printable vinyl for my material settings, and now I'm just going to load my mat into my machine by pressing the arrow button. Once that's loaded, we can just press the go button to cut. Your machine will first look for those registration marks to locate the cuts. After it gets its location, it goes ahead and starts cutting all of the stickers. Then once that cut's done, we'll just unload our mat. Now we can repeat this same process with any other stickers that we have. Here is that sheet removed from the mat. I like my stickers cut as a kiss cut. What does that mean? So I like them left on this backing paper, but cut around each individual sticker. If you want your stickers to be individual, so you want the backing paper and vinyl itself to be cut, you'll need to use something like the cardstock setting in order to do that. So your cut settings might be different depending on your sticker material. So I would definitely do a test, make sure, like I like this cut myself. If I did not like this cut, I could choose a thicker material, a vinyl setting, or even a cardstock setting to try that. For this version of the sticker sheet, I went ahead and used the medium cardstock setting so you could see what I was talking about. So you can see that these are now individual stickers, all with their own backing. So for instance, with this one, I would peel the backing away and then stick it on my gift. So I did also want to show you the print quality that I get with these. I will link to a video below with a printer review for the printer I use, but it's definitely also in those settings that I mentioned. Okay, so my stickers turned out amazing. Even the ones where like I added the bleed to these, they look perfect. The ones where I added the offset look great. The question always is, why do I have trouble with my print and cut function? I get that question all the time. So let's talk a few troubleshooting tips. The first one I already went over, and that was if your sticker paper is glossy at all. That's the number one thing I see with people, is that they think their sticker paper isn't glossy, but it's truly not matte. Try covering up those lines around the outside edge with that matte tape and see if your Cricut reads the registration marks better and cuts in the right location. If there's any glare on those marks, the Cricut simply will not read them correctly and will cut way, way off. The same thing goes if those registration marks are not printed properly. So perhaps you're running out of black ink, they're a little bit, have some skips in them, they're not as dark as they should be. Again, the Cricut won't be able to read them. It will not cut in the right location. The second thing we've already covered a little bit. If you're using the Cricut Explore Air 2 or earlier, you can only do print and cut on white. And I mean only on white, not on tan, not on craft paper. None of those will work. If you're going to use colored paper, you need the Explore 3, the Original Maker, or the Maker 3 in order to do print and cut. So don't think you're going to trick the Cricut, because there's just not enough contrast between those registration marks and the paper for the print and cut sensor that's in the Explore Air 2 or earlier machines. So just skip it, only do white paper if you have those machines. All right, so perhaps it's still not cutting correctly. I do recommend going ahead and doing a calibration, seeing if that fixes things. To do that, you just go to Cricut Design Space, have your machine type chosen, go to calibration, pick print and cut, and then just follow the on-screen instructions to calibrate the print and cut function. Sometimes that helps, sometimes it doesn't, but it's always worth it to go ahead and go through those steps and make sure that your print and cut is in calibration. The next thing, which I kind of did on this one, if you can add bleed to your stickers, like I did on these green ones, the green gift tags, it will save you a ton of headaches. So the cuts were a little bit off on these, but no one will ever know because I had that green bleed. The same goes for the white offset. The cut was a little bit off. No one will ever know because I had the offset all the way around the image, and the image is perfect. So if you can add either the offset or a bleed to your print and cut, your stickers will look a little bit more professional, even if the cut is off slightly with the print and cut function. Now we went over a little bit of material utilization because I know people will ask that. However, I do not recommend any hacks that I've seen for going larger than the print and cut size. So the current print and cut size is 6.75 inches by 9.25 inches. And I really, at this time, do not recommend going any larger than that. I will do an updated video if I find a hack that I think works consistently, or if Cricut changes the size on the print and cut, I'll definitely do an updated video to explain that to you and show you how to do that. Now, final troubleshooting thing would be that something is wrong with your machine or wrong with the print and cut sensor. That definitely can happen. So if you've done all the previous things, made sure you covered it with matte tape, made sure the registration marks and the box were completely black. Might even go over that with a black marker and see if that helps. So that's something you can do. Made sure it was white paper if you're using the Explore Air 2. Then you went ahead and ran the calibration just to see. Last step I would do is update Design Space. Try again, make sure it wasn't an update issue. Then finally you can call Cricut and see if they can troubleshoot with you. Maybe it is your print and cut sensor, maybe there is something wrong with it on your machine, and that will kind of be like my last effort for fixing those print and cut issues. I normally find that most of the time it's the material, like I said at the beginning, and those registration marks and the Cricut not being able to read them. So usually it's the material itself and not necessarily the machine. So I hope that helps you a little bit troubleshoot those print and cut issues when you're making stickers with your Cricut machine. So now all that's left is to make some stickers. So I will drop the links to the clip art and stuff that I used for these. And that way if you want to make some Christmas stickers of your own, you can. But you can use this method to make literally any stickers, right? So you can upload sticker sheets like I did here. You can upload clip art and just cut them as stickers like I did here. Or you can upload clip art and make something like gift tags like I did here with the flatten function. All of those things are possible with your Cricut machine and making stickers. So if you like this video, if it helped you, give us a thumbs up. If you have any questions about making stickers with your Cricut, feel free to drop down in the comment section, ask away. And if you haven't already, head on over to our YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. We have videos like this every week, and trust me, you don't want to miss any of those. So thank you all so much for joining me, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.